We're going to talk about how rich and successful people think differently. Rich and successful people think what? Twice as loud. I create my life. Versus unsuccessful people, most poor middle class people, they think what? Life happens to me. Life happens to me. My friends, if you want to create real success, it is imperative that you believe that you are at the steering wheel of your life. You have to believe that you are the one who creates your success. You are the one creating any mediocrity, and you are the one creating any financial struggle. Consciously or unconsciously, it's still you. But instead of taking full responsibility for what happens in your life, most people instead, and I'm sure you've seen this 1,000 times, it'll be a little different this time, they play the role of the, what is it, guys? One more time, please. The victim. Now, you can always tell a victim because they leave 3 indelible clues. And I'm sure, we're going to talk about this right now, but I'm sure this doesn't pertain to anyone in this particular room. But if you know someone and recognize it in them, then make sure you bring them next time. Is that okay? I can't hear you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Now, first one is this. What's the word, please? Twice loud. Blame. They blame. They blame the economy. They blame the government. They blame the type of business. They blame the stock market, the real estate market, the city, the taxes, their employer, their employees, their manager, their partner, their upline, their downline, their husband, their wife. And almost everybody wants to blame their parents for something. I'm not sure, but I know they're to blame, okay? Or they do this. What's the word, please? One more time. They justify their situation by saying something lame like, well, you know, money's not all that important. No, money's not all that important. Let me ask you a question. If you said that your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend wasn't really important, would they be around for very long? I don't think so, and neither would money. You know, I get this all the time. People come up to me at my 3-day seminar, and they'll walk up and they'll go, Harv, you know, I understand all that, but money's not really important, you know? And I go, you're broke, aren't you? And they go, well, right now I'm a little short. No, not right now, always. You've always been broke. Yes or yes. And they go, in other words, yes. Now, let me ask you this. If you didn't think having a motorcycle was important, would you buy one? Would you have one? Of course not. If you didn't think having a pet bird was important, would you buy one? Would you have one? Of course not. If you don't think money's important, would you have any? Of course not. You actually can dazzle your friends with this information. Next time one of your friends says something lame like, you know, money's not that important, put your hand on your forehead, look up to the heavens and go, you're broke. And they're going to go, how did you know? And you go, what else do you want to know? That'll be $50, please. You have a whole new business. The third clue is this one. Nice and loud. What's it say? Complain. Let me say this right now. Complaining is the absolute worst possible thing you could do for your health or your wealth. The worst. Why? Because we have another program that we have at our company called Wizard Training. It's all about the science of manifestation. And in that program, there's a principle that I know you know. And the principle is this. And the principle is, what you focus on expands. Say that with me. What you focus on. Tell your neighbor, please. What you focus on expands. Now, let me ask you a question. When you are complaining, tell me, what are you focusing on? What's right with your life or what's wrong with your life? You're focusing on what's wrong in your life. And since what you focus on expands, what are you now going to get more of? What's right with your life or what's wrong with your life? You're going to get more of what's wrong with your life. When you are complaining, you're actually attracting crap into your life. In fact, when you are complaining, you turn into this big, giant crap magnet. And have you ever noticed that complainers have a crappy life? And they go, Well, of course I complain. Look how crappy my life is. And now you know better. So you can say, no, it's because you complain that your life is so crappy. Shut up and don't stand near me. I have an action plan for you. Ready? Are you ready? Here it is. Absolutely zero, none, nothing complaining for 7 full days. How many days? 7 full days. Not just out here, but in here too. No complaining for 7 full days. And it has to be 7 days. Why? Because you still might have some residual crap coming to you from before. Because crap doesn't travel at the speed of light. You know, it travels at the speed of crap, and it's really freaking slow, all right? Takes a while to get there sometimes. All right, please stand up for the declaration. Let me see. Let's go. Put your hand on your heart. Repeat after me. I create the exact level of my financial success. Louder.